Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about price. Specifically, what I'm going to start this video off with. There is a Ripple and XRP Critic. I'd say at this point, the XRP community, he's pretty well known, and I tell you, just some of his stances on Ripple and XRP, just to me, it's completely non sequitur logic. It just doesn't make a damn bit of sense. But even so, he generally seems like a nice enough dude, right? So, and he's cordial. Like, you get a lot of these Bitcoin maximalist, tribally driven trolls, and they're just trying to. They don't care about facts. They just want to tear down anything that isn't their precious Bitcoin, right? Not really the case with this guy. That isn't how I've seen him behave. There are a couple things I've seen him tweet out where I'm like, that seems a little disingenuous, but by and large, he seems pretty A-okay, and he's not like just being mean to people and stuff like that. So that's the reason that certain XRP community members engage with them, and there have been some really cordial interactions back and forth, which is nice to see when it's possible to occur, right? So I'm going to jump into that. It's the guy's name is Joe Saz, if I'm saying that correct. And then I've got some opinions regarding price from the XRP community, some chart analysts, some traders. And then I got a few articles I want to share towards the end. Check out this one. Crypto analyst calls for 991% Bitcoin boom, and he says it's conservative. And then we got, and that's relevant to me because look, I don't know that Bitcoin's going to have staying power for the long haul, but if it does, just keep in mind that right now, every cryptocurrency that's not Bitcoin is indeed tethered to the price action of Bitcoin, certainly including XRP. That matters. I've got an article here is titled Bitcoin May See November Price Boost with Halving Due in 6 Months. And the last piece, it's kind of negative, but let's see, there's pros, there's cons, all sorts of different opinions. This is from AMB Crypto, though. Bitcoin, the next 36 to 48 hours look gloomy. $7,800 ahead? Question mark? Which is why the inflection of my voice goes up at the end of that. Let's get into this, but first, if you would please delicately tap that like button, and if you're a fan of Ripple and XRP, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel. Treat yourself, girl. You deserve it. Market cap right now at $242 billion as I record this. Bitcoin at $9,137. XRP at 29.4 cents. So, if you look at the 24-hour charts, really not that much activity on XRP or Bitcoin over the last 24 hours. And let's just jump into the first piece here. From a bullish take on XRP to new adoption for Stellar and Cardano, here's a look at some of the stories breaking into the world of crypto. I really just want to talk about the Ripple and XRP part, though. Crypto analyst Joe Saz, and by the way, I'll just show you. Here he is right here on Twitter, 2,320 followers. Feel free to follow if you care to do so. I am. Crypto analyst Joe Saz says, despite his skepticism of Ripple and XRP, he thinks the third largest cryptocurrency appears poised for a rally. And keep in mind, when people that are completely anti-XRP start talking about how the digital asset XRP is poised for a rally, I'm going to take note because I think they probably really mean it, and they're not here to hype it. That's for damn sure, right? In a new interview with Block TV, Saz says, that's fun to say, Saz says, the Bitcoin and crypto market at large is now in overdrive. And here's a quote. It's undeniable that there's definitely demand for crypto right now. Outside of Bitcoin, inside of Bitcoin, whatever. It doesn't matter. There's demand for crypto. Now that part I definitely agree with because people are in a frenzy. It's a complete frenzy around this technology. People don't know what the hell they're throwing their money into by and large. I think that's just wild speculation on large part anyway. But anyway, after putting his bias aside, he says XRP now looks ready for a breakout. Here's a quote from him. As much as I'm the first to admit I don't like the asset, I'm always curious how it's performing, because technical analysis is more about understanding the psychology of humans and their buying and selling behaviors. I'm going to say this is a descending triangle, and I don't think we need to use too much imagination to draw it out. So the potential here is certainly in favor of a breakout. That's one thing that I really find interesting with XRP is we get descending triangle breakouts. We get ascending triangle breakouts, and this isn't the first. We've had this happen a number of times in the past. And then the article continues, the crypto market is mostly flashing red at the time of publishing, with Bitcoin down 1.58% at 9,168 according to CoinMarketCap. Then you've got, don't care about Ethereum. XRP is down 2.08% as of the time of the writing of this. So it's up a little bit since then anyway. So that's one individual's opinion right there. That thing should be looking pretty positive. Let me jump to this next piece here. Top 3 price predictions. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. Bullish reversal is coming to naught. Let me just jump down to the XRP part. 1 sec here. Just scrolly. Okay, XRP is following our recent scenario. And they have a link to a previous article, as it has not yet reached the important 30-cent area. Currently, the coin is located within the triangle pattern, and then you don't have to look if you're driving, don't worry about it, but they have a chart on the screen explaining what they wrote, or what they mean, justifying their technical analysis here. Looking at the 1-hour chart, XRP continues to decline from the recent growth that occurred between the 25th and 26th of October. Currently, there are no signs for continued growth as the rise in price was actually a pump and not a trend. Traders might think this is the start of a bullish wave when the level at 30 cents is broken. For now, the most likely scenario is a retest of the 29-cent mark. And so this is fascinating to me. So you got Joe Saz, and then you have this author. I didn't say the name. Let me scroll up here. The author is Denis Shurishik. I can't say that. Denny Shurishik. Sorry, man. That's as close as we're getting here. So anyway, you've got Denny here who's saying maybe not so bullish. And you got Joe Saz looking at the exact same information saying, oh, poised for breakout. And you wonder why people are confused. But that's why, what I look for in this? What I typically look for, I'm always curious when there seems to be, if I look at a bunch of different traders, especially if they're from different communities in the world of crypto, if I start to see a lot of them align, because they don't always actually. You might think one's just copying the other, and I've postulated perhaps there's some of that, but it happens sometimes and other times it doesn't. So when they do align, I start to think, perhaps there is some credence to what is being stated here. In this case, that's why, even if they're not aligned, there's all sorts of different opinions all over the place. Still, it tells me something. Here's a tweet from Zion XRP, tagged me along with some other XRP community members. Thank you very much, good sir, for tagging me. And he tweeted this out, so I want to give you a shout out to Zion XRP. And he writes, just a thought. What if there was no pump before swell? This market is so unpredictable. Could it be there is another plan in place? What are your thoughts? Well, look, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if there's going to be a pump. It's certainly possible, but I don't think that it should necessarily be expected just because swell exists here. As I cited before, it did happen last year, but that was really, from my perspective, more so on the news that the rumor that XRP was about to go into production, and it ended up being a rumor that came true and was announced at swell last year. But look, this is only the 3rd annual swell. I just think it's too soon to understand if there's some sort of annual thing, and then even if that happens, could the effect of swell, even if that were a thing, dissipate over time? And probably, perhaps at some point. I would say yes to that, actually. As for whether or not it's going to happen this year, I don't know. If it were going to happen, we're in November tomorrow, so a week away roughly. We'll see. I don't know. All right, next tweet here. This is from Crypt Talk, XRP community member and chart analyst. Here it's 2017. In only 6 days, XRP went from 30 cents to 17 cents, then to 88 cents. I ignored some important data when Bitcoin was bullish, thinking it was kind of a crazy scenario before breaking 1.618, but had this data since more than a month. Truth is, that data is never wrong. And it does kind of paint an interesting picture in terms of the volatility of cryptocurrency. Look what XRP can do, and humans still haven't figured this out. The same type of human that caused that to happen, they still exist, and they still don't know what the hell is going on with the crypto asset class. So I am happy to have exposure to it. Anyway, and then this is next tweet. It states, what I'm saying is that in 2017 it was bullish like crazy, and we still got a heck of a trap before shooting up. So I am not excluding the same scenario as the data shows a total crazy drop before shooting up. Swell or not, it does not matter. It happened and can happen again. So there's another XRP community member chart analyst's opinion. Next here, this is from CryptoBull 2020, who tweeted out, just a few years ago, no one could imagine a $20,000 Bitcoin. That's definitely true. Today, most can't imagine a $200 XRP. It's coming sooner than you think. And I don't know what's going to happen. I like to talk on this channel about the potential price action. And do I think it's possible for XRP to hit that level? Well, look, I've stated before, I think that absolutely you will find, if you fast forward, there will be cryptocurrencies that have staying power. And there will probably be at least a few cryptocurrencies that have trillion or multi-trillion dollar market caps. And given that I see XRP genuinely being adopted, I'm happy to place a little bet here. How about you? Well, I'm willing to bet if you're listening, the answer for you is probably yes as well. And nothing that I'm saying here is financial advice, just to be clear. No financial background. It's just I'm a regular Joe Schmo here in the XRP community that really just enjoys researching this stuff and sharing my findings with the rest of the XRP community. All right, next here, and this is from my fellow XRP YouTuber Kevin Cage. I'm willing to have nothing so that I can have everything. Not financial advice. I have no kids and can afford to lose everything I invest after 2.5 years. Every person's situation and risk tolerance is different. In my opinion, XRP is best positioned to succeed and should be well over $1. I can appreciate that point. Now, I only invest what I am willing to lose because I want to be able to sleep at night, and XRP just isn't my retirement plan. That said, if I'm right about this, it could be more than a little substantial. So, but that's why we're here, right? We're placing the bets that most of the world isn't placing because they don't even know about it, and even if they did, some people just are not visionary. Like they just don't understand the way in which the world is changing thanks to cryptocurrencies. But I'm starting to get it. I sure understand the plan with XRP, and again, if you're listening to this channel, I'm willing to bet that you got it too, or perhaps you're just beginning your journey and learning about crypto. Either way, thanks for stopping by the Moon Lambo channel. Next article, Crypto Analysts calls 991% Bitcoin boom conservative. And let me go ahead and jump into this. I'm just going to cover part of this. The founder of Albright Investment Group, AIG, says Bitcoin is currently consolidating and setting up for a move into a much higher price range. In a piece on Seeking Alpha, Viktor Durganov says Bitcoin could easily skyrocket in value by nearly 991% from its current price of about $9,158. And here's a quote. The important factor is that we are only about 10 months into the latest wave, and this could be akin to something like a second inning of a very long ball game. In other words, Bitcoin is likely to go much higher before this multi-year wave is over. Did you hear that part? Multi-year wave. Which is fascinating. Maybe we'll see. I don't know when the next huge parabolic action is going to happen. Anyway, here's the rest of the quote. I've mentioned in prior articles why the current wave is likely to last several years. It could drive Bitcoin's price up to roughly $76,000 to $100,000, mind you, each Bitcoin, 76,000 to 100,000, before the next bear market arrives. Conservatively speaking, Bitcoin could be trading between $50,000 to $100,000 within the next 2 to 5 years. Look, I don't doubt it. Look, and again, not financial advice. I don't know exactly how this is going to shake out. I will not be the least bit surprised if that happens. Durganov, who is known for his bullish Bitcoin predictions, points to China's increasing friendliness towards crypto as one reason for his optimism. The AIG founder, check this out. The AIG founder also predicted bullish futures for a number of altcoins, including Litecoin, Dash, Zcash, and Monero. He says XRP's price in particular could explode much higher in the future if it is increasingly adopted by financial institutions. And check out that. Specifically cited XRP in a different way, citing utility, actual adoption. How about that? I know I'm right about it. I feel it in my soul. I feel that absolutely utility is the key to all this real world adoption, and you're just not seeing it with other cryptocurrencies. Not like you're seeing with the XRP. I just know it. But I think you believe that too if you're listening to me. Anyway, Bitcoin may see November price boost with halving due in 6 months. This is an article from CoinDesk. I'm just going to read a couple of the bullet points here. Bitcoin tends to pick up a strong bid 6 months ahead of the reward halving, according to historical data. Now, mind you, there's only been 2 halvings, actually, in the history of Bitcoin. So the third coming up next year in May. With the halving event due in May 2020, Bitcoin may rise above the recent high of $10,350 in November and could challenge the 2019 high of $13,880 over the next couple of months. That would be fascinating if it got up there that quickly. Would it though? Then again, this always like the entire history of crypto. It's nothing but insane volatility, right? It's like people freak out if like there's like a few days of like a lull in terms of like crypto price action. People think like it's broken or something, like they're starting to just want to poke Bitcoin with a stick or something, get it moving again. And it's like in traditional, like more mature asset class, it's like it's nothing. It could go a week. God forbid we go a week without volatility, right? Shorter term, a contracting triangle breakdown on the hourly chart suggests a scope for a drop to 8,820 in the next 24 hours. The bear case would be invalidated if prices rise above the hourly chart resistance of 9,245. And at the time of recording, not there, but again, things are volatile. A quick move above 9,245 and a rally to the 100-day average of 9,606 shouldn't be ruled out, as the recent pullback from 10,350 lacks volume support. So there you go. And that's from Amkar Godbol with CoinDesk, another analyst's opinion. All right, last piece here. Bitcoin. The next 36 to 48 hours look gloomy. $7,800 ahead? Question mark. Inflections up here to indicate I don't know because it's a question. Bitcoin has been on a rocky ride for the past week, considering its dip in the immediate and exponential pullback. The price closed after a 35% hike, but it shot up by over 38% in over 16 hours. Some speculated that this was due to the Chinese President Xi Jinping's blockchain announcement, while others attributed this rise to Tether. Regardless of the reason behind the surge, the price has shot up and it has been consolidating for over 5 days now. This consolidation has fit into a descending triangle, a bearish pattern. The price of Bitcoin is nearing the end of the pattern, indicating an impending bearish run for Bitcoin. Moreover, the 100-day moving average sits right below the price and is acting as a temporal support until it is breached. However, the price seems to be stuck in a dilemma as the 200-day moving average sits just above the price, preventing it from rallying higher. And so there you go, another outlook from another analyst here. And this guy's name is Akash Giramath. I don't know, I'm sure I'm butchering it. I'm doing my best here, guys. Give me a break. I'm just a simple moon Lambo. That's it for this video. Thanks for stopping by. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon Lambo.